somewhere, right? I'm sure Santa will be okay without his hat for a little bit. I saw Derek put on the jacket, so I figured I'd put on something too. Do you feel like Christmas is coming?
Yeah.
You excited about Christmas?
Yeah.
Think about all the money you have to spend to buy all those gifts. How exciting, right? But it's always a good time of the year. People are more loving. It's a good time to do your business because people are kind. People are generous, right? They don't scream at you. They don't call you a nut, right? When you get started in January or February, they tend to call you that because they're cranky. You know, it's a new year, especially April when they have to pay taxes to get rid of you. So don't take vacation this month. This is a good time to do your business, okay?
Yes.
So I've been in the business for 5 years. And talking about the business cycle, I have been in business before. And one of the challenges was my business before was not predictable. So I had restaurants. So every morning I come in, I have no idea how many people will come through. So I will make the food, right? Not knowing how many will come through. If I make more than I needed, guess what? It goes to waste. If I don't make enough, guess what? I lose money, right? So either way, I lose money. So it became very, very hard to manage those businesses. So when I came into Nu Skin, I was looking for a more predictable way of doing businesses. One of my mentors said, you know, I love network marketing, right? He's very, very wealthy, very successful. He said, I love network marketing. I said, why? He said, well, what's not to like? You know, the company makes all the products for you, they ship the product for you, they guarantee the product for you, they do all the logistics. And normally, a business owner would have to take care of. Now the company does all of that. They do all the patents, protect our products, so all that is done. The only thing that we do is to do the marketing side. But he also asked a follow-up question. So why do you think it is that people have such a bad thoughts when it comes to network marketing? They have such a negative view about network marketing. Right? Do you feel that? They have such a negative view. And I bet some of you who came here this weekend, you probably have negative views, right? And he said, it's very simple. And this is a note I want to leave with you as well. He said that most people work through the people, but the true business leaders work with the people. So when you come here, I want you to feel that, you know, people are working with you. You come here, we're always here. This is like my second home. So every single time you come here, you see Jeff Mack sitting back there. You see Lee sitting back there. You see Sean up here. What the heck, right? We're always here because you will need to feel that partnership. We're working with you, not through you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, when I came into Nu Skin, I realized that I just found a great vehicle, but not only that, Nu Skin provided me a very predictable business cycle. So when I came in September 2010, they say, work hard, aim for the next trip. I have no idea what it was, but they showed me the pictures, right? So just in case you didn't know, my background was restaurant. My wife is a pharmacist. We all retired from our traditional business now. So when I came in, they said, you know, go on a trip. It's fun. They give you a 5-star treatment. So we qualified to go on a trip to the Montage on the other side of the mountain over there. Park City, Deer Valley. It was wonderful. I've never been in a 5-star hotel. I've never seen such services. I told one of my friends, right? You know, whenever we travel, we hold on to our luggage, right? Just in case, you know? If you go to Vietnam, you take off all the nice, beautiful things. You don't know where to go next, right? So when I came to Park City, I get out the car, and I was holding on to my luggages, and there's a guy that can't get away. I said, hey, leave mine alone, right? I didn't know that they were taking my luggages to my room. So all the services, that was the first time I experienced something that Nu Skin did. They give you the 5-star treatment if you qualify. So ever since then, I said, if I can keep on qualifying for this trip, I keep bringing my people to this trip, it's wonderful. So this is one of the trips that we did. We went to, who went to this one?
Bermuda.
Where was it?
Bermuda.
Bermuda, okay? Wonderful. We had a wonderful week over there. We had dinner by the beach. It was wonderful. And this one, who went this one? Yeah, it was a cruise, Caribbean cruise, right? And this one was a trip we took to Norway, right? So there are many, many trips that we've been taking. The reason I've shown you those pictures, if you want to do this business successfully, that's all you have to focus on. we're talking about business cycle. You know, we talk about pin title, so on and so forth. The only thing that you need to focus on to make it work for you is to focus on going on free trips. How many of you guys want to go on a free trip? Anybody here going to Maui in March? We got a few hands already, right? So we are ready to register. The company's paying us to go to Maui in March for free. For 2 people, right? Alright, so before I go into the next slide, I want to show you this first, because you need to know why it's important to go on those trips. So when you get started with this business, you do the best you can in the shortest amount of time to become executive. So how many of you guys are executives in this room? Raise your hand. Great. So once you became an executive, your next task is to find 4 other people and show them, help them to become executive. At that point, you become a Ruby executive. At that point, you start to qualify for the first trip. Okay? And your average earning at that point is about $2,800 a month. At $2,800 a month on average, some people can replace income. And then you can help 2 more people. So now you have 6 people. You're now an emerald. You qualify for another trip. And your average earning now is about $5,100 a month. If you keep on working and you help 2 more people, now you have 8. You are now a diamond executive. The average earning is $10,639 a month. And then you can help 4 more executives. 4 more people become executive. You have 12. Now you are a blue diamond executive. Your average earning is about $53,000 a month. And you qualify for the next trip. So this is critical. I want to show you this because this is your roadmap. It has to do with this slide right here. How many of you guys are new or who are not Ruby yet? Raise your hand, please. All right, you're not Ruby, right? So now, your focus. I want you to write this date down. March 31st, 2016. That's the only date you have to remember right now. March 31st, 2016. If you are beyond Ruby, you write that date down too, because that date is written everywhere in my house. Why? Because you have from now until the end of March 31st, 2016 to qualify. So if you're new, you're not Ruby yet, by the end of March, you became an executive. You had 4 people that you personally sponsored become executive. You will start to qualify for a Ruby, and you will start to qualify for the first success trip. Okay? If you're already a Ruby and above, that date is also important, because if you progress and you became an Emerald executive, you also get to go. And if you are already an Emerald, you move toward the next phase, you can go. So, what date in March? 31st. Right? Who said 32nd? 31st, March 31st, 2016. Okay, that's all you have to remember. And whatever you do, you say, I'm going to go on the next trip. Why? Let's say you're new. Let's say you're brand new. You got more than 3 months to work for it, right? And if you qualify for that one, you go on the first trip as a Ruby executive, a Ruby star, we call, right? And if you qualify for the next one, you would go on the next trip as an emerald, star emerald, and you go on the 3rd one as a diamond star, and the 4th one as a blue diamond. So you can see that the progression is, if you go on 4 trips, you become a blue diamond executive. Do you remember how much, on average, a blue diamond executive makes? $53,000 in 2013, right? So it's a lot of money. So if you focus on the one thing that you should focus on, you go on the trips. It's hard to focus on becoming a blue diamond, but it's a lot easier to focus on becoming or qualifying for the next trip. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because it is so much easier for me to tell my team, my wife, hey, look, let's go to Hawaii. Let's go to Hawaii. You want to go to Hawaii? Right? So, okay, if you want to go to Hawaii, let's go to work. What do we need to do? Well, find 4 executives, right? So we go backward. By aiming for Hawaii, or aiming for the next trip, and then we go back and see what else do we need to do right now. If you're consistent enough, the first trip was my Ruby trip. The 2nd trip, I went to the Montauk. The 3rd trip, I went on a cruise. The 4th trip, I went to, I think it was Bermuda, right? 4th trip, I became a blue diamond. And I've met other leaders who've done the same. So it's easier for them to predict and follow. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, the next trip that we have is
Disney
where we going? Disney World. Disney World, right? Did you know that more than 99% of the world wanted to go to Disney World, Disneyland, and they cannot go for various reasons? Do you know how expensive it is to take your family there? It is really expensive. So how would you like music to pay for you to go there? Right? For free. So it's wonderful. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm planning with my team, like, hey guys, let's wear new skin shirts, go over there and just mess up Disney for like 3 days, right? Where do all these people come from? All these happy people, right? They're even happier than our employees, right? You go in there, you kind of take over Disney World for 3 days. So you, remember, March 31st, 2016. You work hard now so you can get paid. Because a lot of times we want to get paid, but we don't want to work hard. But now you know what you'll get at the end, right? So March 31st, you work really hard from now until then, you qualify for that one. Now once you qualify for that one, what's next? You start working on the next one. So April 1st to September 30th, that's the next cycle. So you start qualifying for the next cycle. If you finish September 30th and you move up another pin title, you get to go on another trip. And then October 1st to March 31st, the next month, the next cycle, you do the same thing. So you see that there's a business cycle there, right? Is it predictable?
Yes.
Yeah.
All I know is that from April 1st to September 30th, that's one cycle. I just need to move up one step. And then October 1st to March 31st, I do another one. Is that easier for you to remember?
Yeah.
So we work hard, focus on that. If you work on that, you focus on that, and you tell your team to focus on that, is it simple to tell them?
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is say, hey, look, do you want to go on a vacation for free? Some people look at Disney World, hey, I've been there before. It does, you've been there before, but have you been there with 1,000 other people? That's what excites me. When I go on this trip, and I've been on many trips, many. And there was one time we went to Europe, and we came home, we said, let's take our kids to the Bahamas, so that they can have fun too. That was the most boring trip we've ever taken. In the Bahamas, the nicest place with our kids, and that was the most boring trip we've ever taken because we just by ourselves, my wife and 3 kids. So once you've been on this trip, you do not want to take another trip by yourself. It's not the same. So our aim is to have more than 1,000 people at this resort. More than 1,000 people at this resort. So we're asking you because the company is aiming for 500 accounts. Right? If each account has 2 people there, that's 1,000 people. So you have 1,000 people. Do you know how many people go through Disneyland every day? More than 1,000 people, right? You got 3 days there. Not only you have to have fun, but who knows who you bump into, right? You never know. People come from all over the world to Disney World. So now you go there and you have fun, and suddenly you sponsor a superstar somewhere in there. Wouldn't that be exciting? And I'm looking forward to that too. I say, look, I'm not looking just for Disney World. I'm looking through Disney World that I can sponsor someone else from somewhere else. How exciting would that be, right? So think about it. Are you willing to commit the next 3 months to do more than you've ever done before so you can have access? You have the key to your future so you can have more than you've ever had before. How many will do that? Remember, the question I'm asking you is, are you willing to work harder than you've ever worked before?
Yes.
Right? Because commitment is not what you're telling me. Commitment is what you are going to show me. So we're going to do it. And you know what? Some of us are going to do it. Some of us are not going to do it. Some of us will say that nobody could do it. But you know what? If you are committed, do you wait for someone else to tell you what to do and what not to do? You do it, right? You do it. Because in the end, it's the doers who take over the world, not the sayers, right? So we are here looking at the opportunity, knowing that you have a little bit more than 3 months to work. All you have to do is find 4 key people. And I tell people, you know what? Next month, aim to bring somebody back, right? And then in February, bring someone else. So every month you aim to bring somebody here, they become your executive, right? They become your executive. So use whatever tools we have. Use whatever tool that the company has. Use whatever tool that One Team Global has. Use whatever team that your leaders have to build for the next trip. It's just as simple as that. Because I'm working for the next, even I am working for the next